Praise the Lord. Thank you. So I just want to say, first of all, how grateful I am to be a part of such a body and an amazing church that has literally changed my whole life and my whole world around. I came to this fellowship. I came to Orville April 6th of last year, and I came to this church April 9th. I came in and I saw that sign out there, and I knew I had found a place to belong, because that's what it said. And I won't lie, I was very uncomfortable. I was very unsure, but something inside said, this is where you belong. This whole time has been, I've been faced with many challenges, and most of them right here. But I've been constantly blessed with an opportunity through the teaching here from the pastor, his family, the other pastors involved, that no matter what, I have to continually go to the cross. I have to continually go to Christ to find what it is that I'm in search of. I came here every Sunday, every Wednesday. I did Thursday cross class. I did Q&A on Fridays. And every time I went to those classes, I continued to take notes, not because I want to look good, but because something inside of me had a desire. It wasn't me. There was something inside of me. And I always thought like I was special, and I am special. But it's not because of the flesh. It's because of whose I am, not who I am. And what I'm really grateful and honored to be a part of this church is because, again, like everything I've learned is from the Bible. Everything I've learned is about the cross. Now, that's subject to your own interpretation, but my studies, one thing I love about, Jessica and I have like the same study habits. She doesn't know it. Like everything that I write down, I go home and I study it and I look it up and I break it down and I pray on it and then I pray on it some more and then I hear the radio station and it's ministries 3 or 4 times a day for hours every day. Why? Because when I'm not engaged in these studies, in these activities, I'm left with myself. Just because I'm a Christian does not mean I can't fall back into the world. What this church has taught me is that Sunday and Wednesday is not enough. Amen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't come in here and expect pastor to minister an amazing word, which I'm confident he will in the spirit, and trust that that's going to get me to Wednesday, because Satan's going to get me. He's out there. He's here to kill, steal, and destroy, and it's not enough. Now, this is not my opinion. This is my spiritual experience. I just turned 50, New Year's Eve, and what I found out, every time I step away from my knees, the Bible, the Word, the church, I fall back into the world. It's very simple. Like I have enough evidence and experience to know that today. And for some of us, it takes a long time. I'm like really privileged and honored to be able to see the children ministry here. The young adults and the teachers and the men and women who come up there and share their testimonies. Again, I'm 50 and I listen to these 18-year-olders, 20-year-olders, people who go on these missions and things like that, and I'm always inspired. And it's not, again, because of who I am, but it's the seed. I was saved in 1976 at Apostolic Faith in Seattle, and I walked away from that my whole entire life. But in my whole entire life, Christ has never left me. He's never abandoned me. He's never forsaken me. I've been shot. I've hurt a lot of people. I've done a lot of bad things to people. I've done a lot of bad things that I don't feel good about, but I don't live in shame today. I don't live in guilt. Christ has freed me from that. And it's taken me to come to this church to be able to identify with that. I had an identity problem my whole entire life. Like I came here, and it's taken some time. And my first studies was on a class with John Bevere on the spirit of intimidation. I've always been afraid of the pulpit. God told me, you're not a pulpit preacher, you're a people preacher. That's what he told me, So what I love about, there's preachers who teach, and there's teachers who yell. You know what I'm saying? And I love to yell, man. So this is intimidating. I'm not going to lie. I don't like this thing. But I just love coming here. I'm guaranteed a word. Why? Because of the desire. Because of the desire. Like, I don't care if the pastor has a bad day or not. I'm guaranteed a word. Because I trust where he goes. One thing he's taught me, I had a problem with him my first few months, not because of him, but because of Roman. Like I needed attention. I needed attention. And I was like, Pastor, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. And he didn't push me away, But what he taught me was, you need to talk to God. What he taught me was how to go to Christ. What he taught me was how to go home, get on your knees with your problems, and take it to God. You know what I'm saying? He's here pastoring the church. There's many people here that he gets to take care of. And there's many ushers and deacons and leaders and people that have been contributing since the very beginning who have a big part in that. The pastor can't do that. He has to stay on his knees. He has to be prepared to feed us. You know, me, at least. I know I want to be fed. And I trust in that. Me and my wife, and God, man, pray God bless her. I thank you, she's, yeah. I tell you, man, I'm lucky. I am one lucky guy. Like I see the weddings and the marriages, and like that's the biggest thing to me. You know, it's not necessarily my wedding. It is, don't get me wrong, but like Christ, that demonstration of the Christ and the wedding in the church. Like that is the example that like I wake up to, like, God, I want to be that guy, you know? And the only way I can do that is to stay on my knees. It's teaching me like how to be a man, faithful, dedicated, and committed to not just my wife, but to God, because that is the center point of my relationship. And I love that. Today, our house, we just bought a house on the lake, and it went down today, and it closed, and we get the keys in the morning. We're excited about that. My mom's not happy because I spoil my mom, and I make her breakfast and lunch and dinner, and she's like, who's going to cook for me? And I'm only a mile away, Mom. But my point, again, is like, I love this church. I feel this church is not in competition with other churches. I also believe that this church is the head of the churches in this town. I do believe that. I believe that this church has a big role in what's going on in this town. And so what that tells me is we as a body with many members have to be just as involved as the pastor, the family, the leaders, the teachers, the elders, and the ministries. All of us have a part. We can't just come here and grab something on Sunday and think it's going to be good until Wednesday or the following Sunday. We all have a part as members of this body to participate in this body in the active service with Christ every day. So thank you guys for what it is you do for me. Thank you.